I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing or they don't know anything about boxing, they wanna watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he bring fans from other world, right? Yeah. That's good because everybody enjoy it.
Would you ever entertain that idea when you're done?
Maybe.
There are some reports now coming out that Canelo Jake Paul is a thing in May as well. Which, by the way, what a freaking year for Canelo Alvarez. Holy shit. Those are two gigantic paydays.
Canelo Alvarez has finally spoken out regarding his alleged altercation with Jake. Jake and Paul Canelo have apparently came to a deal to fight in May. It is anticipated that Canelo will use the fight as a warm-up before facing Terence Crawford on September 13th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas to defend his unified super middleweight titles.
If that fight ends up being close,
yes,
a lot of people are going to watch that fight, right?
A lot, because I think a lot of people are going to want to see Jake Paul lose. And
100%.
Julius Giuliani's claims that Canelo and Paul have come to an understanding, but important specifics like the weight class and number of rounds are still out in the air with a record of 6,222. Canelo is unlikely to entertain anything less than a serious fight because he has never been one for exhibitions. Canelo vs. Paul is expected to outsell the Mexican star's September showdown with Terence Crawford in terms of pay-per-view sales. Jake Paul offers the fight a huge promotional edge thanks to his vast social media presence, which includes 23.6 million Instagram followers and 20.6 million YouTube subscribers.
You said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen 3 more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious run for his money.
His last pay-per-view fight against Israel Madrimov on August 3rd was a complete bust, bringing in an estimated 75,000 to 100,000 buys. If it weren't for Turki Al-Sheikh's willingness to throw a lot of money at Alvarez, a fight with Crawford wouldn't even be worth considering. Fans are furiously disbelieving on social media that Canelo would drop to fight YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul, but the Mexican superstar stated in a recent interview with TMZ Sports that if the price is right, he's willing to pay for it. Confrontation with Jake could greatly surpass the money from his planned fight in May versus the champion of the IBF super middleweight, William Skull. There is already an Jake Paul's consent to play Canelo, the competitor of Alvarez, in May of this year. A source in close proximity to the operation tells me that the event will be promoted by others. PBC and Canelo Promotions MVP said. On X, Julius Alonis discusses Canelo Alvarez against Jake Paul's battle in May. Recently defeated 59-year-old Mike Tyson by 8 rounds and unanimous decision in Arlington, Texas, on November 15th. If Canelo were to fight Jake, it would only confirm the rumor that he is coasting through a retirement tour, making money from low-risk fights while squeezing every last penny from his fanbase via pay-per-view. Since his loss to Dimitri Bivol on May 7, 2022, he hasn't really put himself to the test in a high-stakes fight. There is no hard evidence that this fight is real, a suspicion that even fans seem to share. Boxing commentator Wade Plens has stepped in to offer his opinion on the matter. I assumed it would take years for this to ever occur. He wrote on S going forward in response to the update that Plens published, but 3 months later, it's the last thing anyone would expect right now if Canelo is still a sitting champion. He added what he wrote and then dispelled the supporters' belief that the battle wasn't real. I'm not sure why, but there are too many reputable journals and analysts discussing this for it to be nothing. He added that it might be a shady source or a deliberate ruse, but this isn't something reporters made up because people stated that the media wouldn't take the claim seriously. If it were completely untrue, it would seem like Ariel Helwani supports. Of the May battle on the Ariel Helwani show's February 4th edition, the seasoned MMA journalist seemed to take the report at face value, but he did not confirm its veracity and did not address the possibility that it might be a deliberate ruse or that it might be fabricated. This could suggest that there is some truth to the rumor and that Canelo Alvarez will compete in 2 highly anticipated fights in 2025. There are also reports that Canelo versus Jake Paul is happening in May, which is, incidentally, a freaking year. For Canelo Alvarez, those are two enormous payouts, according to Helwani, but a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul could seem like pure conjecture. It remains to be seen if this clash truly occurs. But for now, what do you think could happen? EXP replies, and new reports suggest that there may be more to it than just fiction.
My question, if it's a close fight, does it diminish the gigantic fight in September, or does it make you more interested? Because I think now, I mean, David Benavidez offered a deferring point, but I think a lot of people think Canelo is just going to be too big for Terence Crawford. Despite
Wani's failure to specifically confirm the reports given his reputation for having connections, he also didn't deny the rumors. Although Helwani didn't confirm them directly, it's clear that he frequently has the inside word on them given his established network and track record. It's clear that he's frequently in the know when it comes to such speculation, as few people are betting on Jake Paul to stand a chance in his potential showdown with Canelo Alvarez. This may be the case for Cinco Deo, the cruiserweight who has made a living by taking advantage of non-boxers on their inexperience or lack of skills to win. The only way this fight could go past the first round is if Canelo purposefully drags Jake along, which some fans theorize was the case in his most recent bouts with Edgar Berlanga and Haim Munguia. They think this was Canelo's way of avoiding fan criticism for choosing to face these comparatively unimpressive opponents. Otherwise, a showdown between Paul and Canelo would be an uneventful affair with little incentive for most viewers to spend money. Is still pending confirmation, but there is growing conjecture that the bout will occur in May. The current status of Canelo's career is that he is fighting opponents far below his skill level in order to avoid being outclassed by younger, more dynamic challengers. Alvarez probably views this as an opportunity to make some money and stay active before taking on the legendary Terence Crawford at 154 pounds in a September match that is sure to garner attention, but not as much as a true championship bout.
He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's, you know, where his mindset's at.
It get f***ed up by Canelo. Oh, I'm sorry. Just TMZ.
You can curse. You can curse. You can curse.
I apologize, but
no apologize about.
There's no way he get demolished.